Why Trump can't control the Federal Reserve.
Imagine you are the captain of a big ship sailing across the ocean. The ship is called
the United States Economy.
The captain, let's call him Captain Trump, is in charge of steering the ship and making sure it reaches its destination safely. But here's the twist. There is another person on the ship who controls the engine. This person is called the
Federal Reserve Chair.
Let's call him Engineer Powell. Captain Trump can steer the wheel, but Engineer Powell decides how fast or slow the ship goes. This is where things get interesting. The Federal Reserve, or
the Fed,
for short, is like the engine room of the economy. It controls the speed of the ship by adjusting the engine's power. If the ship is going too fast and might crash into an iceberg, like inflation, the Fed slows it down. If the ship is moving too slowly and might not reach its destination, like a recession, the Fed speeds it up. The captain and the engineer have to work together, but they have different jobs. The captain can't just walk into the engine room and take over. Why? Because the ship's rules say so. The rules of the ship are like the U.S. Constitution and laws. They are designed to make sure no one person has too much power. The Fed is independent, which means it doesn't take orders from the captain, even if the captain really wants to give them. This independence is important because it helps the Fed make decisions that are best for the ship, not just what the captain wants at the moment. Now, let's talk about why Captain Trump might want to control the engine room. Imagine the ship is heading toward a storm. Captain Trump wants to make the passengers happy, so he tells Engineer Powell to speed up the ship to get through the storm quickly. But Engineer Powell knows that speeding up could damage the engine or make the storm worse. He decides to keep the speed steady. This might make Captain Trump angry, but Engineer Powell is doing his job to protect the ship in the long run. This is exactly what happens in real life. The president, like Captain Trump, might want the Fed to lower interest rates to make the economy grow faster. Lower interest rates are like giving the engine more fuel. It makes borrowing money cheaper, so people and businesses spend more. This can make the economy grow, which is good for the president's popularity. But the Fed has to think about the long-term health of the economy. If it lowers interest rates too much, it could cause inflation, which is like the ship overheating. The Fed's independence is like a safety feature. It makes sure the engineer can focus on the engine without worrying about what the captain thinks. This doesn't mean the captain and the engineer never talk. They do, but the engineer has the final say about the engine. This system is designed to keep the ship balanced and safe. Let's take another example to make this even clearer. Imagine you are in a classroom. The teacher is like the president, and the principal is like the Fed. The teacher can decide what to teach and how to run the class, but the principal controls the school's budget and rules. If the teacher wants to buy new books, they have to ask the principal. The principal might say no if the budget is tight, even if the teacher really wants the books. This doesn't mean the principal is against the teacher. It just means they have different responsibilities. In the same way, the president and the Fed have different jobs. The president focuses on policies and decisions that affect the whole country, like taxes and trade. The Fed focuses on monetary policy, which is about controlling the supply of money and interest rates. These two roles are connected but separate. Sometimes, the president and the Fed agree, and everything runs smoothly. Other times, they disagree, and it can feel like a tug of war. But this disagreement is not a bad thing. It's like a system of checks and balances. It makes sure no one person or group has too much power. This is one of the reasons why the US economy is so strong and stable. So, why can't Trump control the Fed? Because the rules of the ship, or the laws of the country, say he can't. The Fed's independence is like a firewall. It protects the economy from short-term political pressures. This doesn't mean the Fed is perfect. Like any system, it has its flaws. But its independence is a key part of its design. In conclusion, the relationship between the president and the Fed is like a captain and an engineer, or a teacher and a principal. They have to work together, but they have different jobs. This system is designed to keep the ship, or the country, moving forward safely. It's not always easy, and there are sometimes disagreements, but that's how the system is supposed to work. It's a balance of power that helps keep the economy strong and stable. What do you think about this system? Does it make sense to you? Now, let's dive deeper into why this system is so important. Imagine a soccer game. The president is like the coach, and the Fed is like the referee. The coach can shout instructions to the players, but the referee controls the rules of the game. If the coach tries to tell the referee how to do their job, it would be unfair. The referee's job is to make sure the game is played fairly, not to help one team win. This separation of roles keeps the game balanced and enjoyable for everyone. In the same way, the Fed's independence ensures that the economy is managed fairly. If the president could control the Fed, it would be like the coach controlling the referee. This could lead to decisions that are good for the president in the short term but bad for the economy in the long term. For example, if the president forced the Fed to lower interest rates too much, it could cause inflation to spiral out of control. This would hurt everyone, not just the president. Another way to think about this is like a parent and a child. The parent might want the child to eat all their vegetables because it's good for their health. But the child might only want to eat candy because it tastes better. The Fed is like the parent, making decisions that are good for the economy's health, even if they are not popular. The president is like the child, wanting quick and easy solutions that might not be the best in the long run. This system of checks and balances is not perfect, but it has worked well for many years. It allows the Fed to focus on its job without being influenced by politics. This doesn't mean the Fed is always right. Like any system, it can make mistakes. But its independence gives it the freedom to make tough decisions that are in the best interest of the economy. For example, during the 2008 financial crisis, the Fed took bold actions to stabilize the economy. These actions were not always popular, but they helped prevent a deeper recession. If the Fed had been under political control, it might not have been able to act so decisively. This shows why the Fed's independence is so important. In conclusion, the relationship between the president and the Fed is like a coach and a referee, or a parent and a child. They have to work together, but they have different roles. This system is designed to keep the economy balanced and stable. It's not always easy, and there are sometimes disagreements, but that's how the system is supposed to work. It's a balance of power that helps keep the economy strong and healthy.